Willie D live.
What's up, family? Well. It looks like Donald Trump, your president, is waving the white flag in terms of deportation, mass deportation. Yeah, the dude said he got it all wrong. He, after all that killing and all that brutalizing, beating up people and stuff, terrorizing neighborhoods across the United States, specifically in Minneapolis, he realized he had it all wrong. Yeah. Here's an article in The Independent. Melania helped to convince Trump deportation policies had gone too far. Okay, here we go. First Lady Melania Trump was part of the discussions President Donald Trump held with top advisors on how to reset the illegal immigration crackdown, according to a report. After a year of ugly scenes on the street of major Democrat-led American cities like Los Angeles, Chicago, Washington, D.C., the surge by ICE and other federal immigration agencies into Minneapolis in January proved a disaster, resulting in the deaths of 2 protesters and a huge public outcry. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem, who had wrongfully described the victims, Renee Good and Alex Preddy, as domestic terrorists, held crisis talks with Trump at the White House and initially appeared to have saved her job before being dismissed earlier this month. The Wall Street Journal now reports that the president met with his top team, including his wife, and told them he was concerned about the torrent of negative headlines Noem's DHS had attracted. He concluded that voters had come to oppose the term mass deportation and urged a renewed focus on catching bad guys rather than stirring up chaos in order to lower the program's profile. You don't say. If you look at that picture right there, it's almost like she's talking, and this is something about her bragging about how smart she is. And Trump is thinking about something totally different. Looks like he's thinking about Erica Kurt, that hug that she gave him, and she smashed her breast up against his chest. That's what he's thinking about. Like, that was nice. Family, it took all of that. It took all of that killing, all of that terror, abuse, for him to finally realize that he was off code with the mass deportations. Listen, fam, I think deportation is absolutely necessary to get rid of people who are here illegally and people who are here who are criminals. We got enough criminals. Let's start with the one in the White House. We got enough criminals already. So if someone comes here, just like if an American went to another country and that American was unruly, if that American had committed a crime, they're going to deport that American. They're going to be extremely hard on that American. And they are going to give him the toughest sentence. And this, if they don't deport him, if he ends up doing time in their jail, they're going to be extremely hard on him because they're going to be like, hey, man, we don't do it like that around here. So you have to respect the laws of the land, especially when you are in a foreign country, because it ain't sweet like you think it is. But for him to do all of this stuff that he was doing and being the bad guy, the tough guy, he was actually relishing in being the bad guy. He was enjoying that. Trump likes the idea of bullying, power, pushing people around, making people bend to his will. He absolutely enjoys that. And when there's any resistance, he always calls foul. He always plays the victim. Now, I'm surprised that he listened to Melania Trump out of all people. Now, we know that pillow talk can make things happen, but I'm surprised that he actually listened to her. Or maybe I'm more surprised that she actually spoke up for, once. And, obviously, she got a bigger voice behind closed doors. I don't care who the woman is. It could be the sweetest little woman, and she could be married to the world's greatest tyrant, but somehow, some way, she knows how to get him together. Women have that effect on men. But in this case, Trump is not like a regular man. He's more like half human, half animal, demonic, like he's not really fully human. So it's something different going on in his head, because you got to think about it. If a person starts a war just because he's trying to escape accountability for something, you send an entire nation to war to bomb on another nation, destroy people and property. I mean, traumatize people for centuries. Because believe me, this is not like a one-off type of thing. All of the damage that has been done so far in Iran, it is going to have far-reaching implications from today. And it wasn't just Iran. Iran also retaliated, killing a number of people in other countries. So that was associated with America. So, and then you got the handful, if we are to believe their reports, which I really don't, but let's just say for the sake of argument, you got the couple of handful of American military personnel who was killed during this so-called operation. All of that murder, all of that mayhem, because he's trying to escape accountability. That's a sick person. That's a demented person. A regular person wouldn't do that. A regular person would not sacrifice an entire, and it's not just an entire country. This is really sacrificing civilization, because this war could lead to a third world war, which we know that would be the end of civilization as we know. We're talking billions of people will die. If there's a third world war, we're talking billions of people will die. The majority, if not all, but the majority of, at the very least, the majority of the human population will be destroyed. Yeah, and even the ones who are left over will probably have some type of, health problems from the remnants of the nukes that will touch down, in their countries. It's bad. So for him to think that wasn't a problem when the whole country was saying it's a problem, when you got entire cities all around the country protesting, you're not listening, bro. You're tone deaf. You're not listening to the people. So now all of a sudden he wants to listen, not because he believes the people are right, but because he wants the midterms. He don't want to lose in the midterms. So now what he wants to do is he's hoping that everybody just kind of forgive and forget. Look, man, sorry about that little old bombing thing, sorry about that little war that I started and stuff. It was the Democrats' fault. Barack Obama started it. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. It was Barack. It was, if Joe Biden wouldn't have, I wouldn't have had to go to war. When he clearly said that he went to war because he thought, he bombed on Iran because he thought Iran would bomb on him. Everybody know that's a lie. Everybody know Iran ain't that crazy. And plus, we know that also that Iran don't have missiles to reach. They don't have a missile that can reach the United States. We know that. We know that, and he knows that. He bombed on Iran because he could. He bombed on Iran because he wants those resources, and he wants occupation in that region. That's what that was about. And now he's caused all of this chaos He's hurt the Republicans. And here's the thing, too. Republicans, even though they know it is right that the mass deportations was a problem, they're mad at him for acknowledging it. Even though he acknowledged it privately, it got out. So they're mad at Trump for exposing the plan. The plan is, hey man, let's stick to the guns no matter what. We was wrong, but don't admit. Never admit wrong. Never admit guilt. Never admit guilt. Always transfer guilt. Never admit it. Act like it didn't happen. Act like if you do something wrong, act like what you did was actually right. Even if it's proven wrong, you still say it's right. That's the way they do it. So the midterms is shaping up to be a disaster for the Republicans. They're going to have to cheat. If they want to hold those seats, they're going to have to cheat. And they're used to it. They know how to do it. Not saying that the Democrats don't cheat too. They all cheat, but they know how to cheat. So they are going to have to cheat in order to maintain any type of level of power, because the trajectory that we're on right now, it implies that the Republicans are going to get crushed in the midterms. And the midterms are going to set up 2028. What is 2028? Yeah. The midterms was set up 2028 to be a disaster for the Republicans. And they are going to lose the House and the Senate. Mark my words. But what say you, fam? Drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. No more talk.